the influencers in the zone of decision making, would you say, on a global basis?
It's a big question, but I guess my overall sense is, in terms of new work at least, that the big corporations and definitely, technology is definitely, moving us forward, globalization, etc. And the rest of us are a little bit struggling to keep up, but trying to race ahead so that we can create, the skills, and we can look at see the career paths that are available then from the jobs and the opportunities that are being created by the progress of technology and the bigger corporations is one thing you see. So definitely you have to say that corporate life is a huge influencer in terms of the direction of where work is going. My sense would be is that probably need policymakers probably need to step back a little bit to say, okay, that's a reality and that's fine. But do we need to observe where other forms of work are going and where our education system is linking up to that new world of work and exert a bit more control? I mean, you have to look at the role of unions and you wonder where they're at as well. And there's definitely an inflection point there too, in terms of their role. I'd love to see unions, for instance, more involved in things like, preserving the sustainability of skills of workers who are in work, not just looking historically at terms and conditions all the time, albeit that is important, but actually looking at things like skills development and sustainability of work. So I think some of the corporates are definitely racing ahead. The technologists are racing ahead. I wonder some of those other stakeholders, whether we need to just reflect on where we're at in terms of our role.
There's a real need. Yeah, the real need for a reality check, particularly at government level and, as you say, at union level as well. Sometimes I suppose unions can be accused of being stuck in the traditional mode and not willing to move forward. And that can be to our detriment.
Yeah, and I think like any profession, like any body, you see really, really progressive stuff going on. You see unions actually really influencing the employee experience and the sustainability of their jobs and roles, and being open to, and I think that's a lesson for all of us, is being open to the realities of what's going on and not sort of holding on for dear life to a reality that doesn't quite exist anymore, or that will drive the company to the ground.
I often thought of an idea for government. Wouldn't it be quite futuristic to think that maybe there would be an afternoon every week where they would take a presentation from an organization or a company or a group of people or a community to present what they're doing to keep up, or new ideas, etc. It would breathe life into government.
Yeah, just to keep that fresh, and who knows if that's happening behind closed doors. But I feel that when it comes to actually public policy and public debate, that we're still quite siloed, and certainly in our own country. I've seen better examples abroad, but where it's a little bit more of a holistic issue. So I've seen German papers, even US papers, and we have a report on good work, Taylor in the UK, where at least there's been an attempt to say, look, this is a multifaceted issue. We've got the jobs agenda for in the future of jobs, fine. Future of skills, fine. But the other arms and the other legs of public policy need to kind of line up as well. And actually there's a societal issue, which is, it's not that the institutions can solve for everything. It's like we need a bottom-up approach too, where actually society and individuals are challenged too to rethink some of their expectations and some of their assumptions around work and jobs and roles, so that they can start to make decisions for themselves as well.
So it's about taking ownership at a local community level and fan it out from there. Yeah,
and just creating these connections, as you say, talking to each other to ensure. And there's some wonderful examples of partnerships between education institutions and local industries, creating certificates and qualifications that enable those students to go directly into the jobs. Sure. And you just say, isn't that wonderful to see that sort of that both the education establishment is open to what the world of work is looking for. And the employers are also supportive of local employment and local needs.